I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this might be the best thing I've ever made. Okay, so to start off, we're going to cut up our onions. I'm going to be using 6 white onions, and we're going to start by cutting off the ends and slicing it in half. Then we can peel off the outside layer to remove the papery stuff on the outside, and then we can lay it down and slice it vertically, and we will do that to all of our onions. Now by the time I got halfway through my first onion, I was already crying profusely, but I powered through and got through all of my onions. Once we've cut all of our onions, we can place them in a large pot with around 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then we can place the pot on medium heat and stir frequently until the onions become soft and translucent. It should take around 10 to 15 minutes. At that point, it is time to add 2 tablespoons of butter and another tablespoon of olive oil. Now we will cook this until the onions have just started to darken in color. That will probably be another 10 to 15 minutes. And then we will add 1 teaspoon of both salt and sugar. The sugar will help with the caramelization process, and you will stir that in for around another 10 to 15 minutes until the onions have become deeply caramelized. Now once you've gotten to this point, you can add 2 minced garlic cloves to the pot and stir for around a minute. Then you will deglaze the pot with a half cup of white wine. After that, you can add 4 cups of both beef broth and chicken broth to your pot. To add some nice flavor, we are also adding 2 bay leaves and a couple sprigs of thyme. We will then bring the pot to a boil and then cover it and allow it to simmer on lower heat for around 30 minutes. In the meantime, we can begin working on our topping. So let's slice up a couple slices around an inch thick of French bread. We'll brush the tops lightly with olive oil and place them in the oven to toast. You can also do this in a toaster. Now once the 30 minutes are up, you can take the lid off of the soup and remove the aromatics we added earlier, the bay leaves and the thyme. I cannot describe to you how good this smells right now. We will season to taste with salt and pepper, and then we will add our very special ingredient, you can tell by my fancy little glass, 2 tablespoons of brandy. I told you guys I was pulling out all the stops for this one. Look around, do you see any stops? No, cause I pulled them all out. They gone. Then we can pull our bread out of the oven and begin assembling our soup. You didn't think a soup needed an assembly, did you? So we're going to place some of our soup in a bowl and put 2 of our toasted bread pieces on top. We will then cover the bread with a sprinkling of Parmesan and Swiss or Gruyere cheese, and then broil them in the oven until the cheese has become melty and slightly browned. And that's it, you've made French onion soup. So let's take a look at how bubbly and delicious our soup really is. So we made French onion soup. I've been wanting to make this recipe for such a long time now, and I finally got around to it, and I was so pleased with the result. The soup was so good, and all of the flavors came through really nicely. It took around 45 minutes to fully caramelize the onions, but the product was so worth it. This recipe is sure to please whoever you make it for, including yourself. But with that being said, thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share with your friends and consider subscribing and leaving a comment down below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye!